Hello everyone, I'm Janobu here. Welcome to Karoshi Club for PC. So this game is free. Everyone can play the game for free. The game is developed and published by Kamishibai Interactive. So it looks it's a visual novel with I think a little bit of horror. So let us start. Of course, it's not that big, nothing like that. Of course. How did your job interview go today? Welcome to Karoshi Club. The music was loud, but I don't think there's no options, at least in the main menu. This is a story-driven game that does not have a save system. It requires you to complete your interview without any interruptions. Basically like that, you cannot go back. You cannot cheat. Escape, okay, so help 1. To continue with the story, click on the pulsating arrow, press space bar. Escape button or S key will reset your progress and end game, but it can help you skip the job interview. Help 3. A piece of paper at the top of the screen or the S key opens the settings. Oh, there we go. Where you can control sound or music volume. Alright, so. Oh, but that's only to remove, so it's not what I wanted. Day 3503. So I need to always click like that. The frosty timbre of a woman's voice emanated from the device. Greetings. Slight array invaded me, prompting a befuddled greeting return. So we are Kenshi Aishima. Hello? The unidentified voice persisted. I am Itomi Takemitsu, representing Kaneo Industry as a recruiter. A dialogue was scheduled for this time with Mr. Takeshi concerning an interview with our firm. May I confirm this? Is this Mr. Takeshi with whom I am conversing? Is this serendipity bestowing a gift upon me? It has been a month since my employment ceased. My search for new employment has been steeped in desperation, yet futile. I remain barred from even reaching the interviewing phase. Desperation has only swelled with every refusal. Dare I seize this unexpected opportunity? Dare I masquerade as Mr. Takeshi to garner an interview? But what then of the real Mr. Takeshi? And of my fate should my deceit be unveiled? My musing was interrupted by the individual on the line. Excuse me, are you present? I am unable to detect your voice. Can you confirm if this is Mr. Takeshi? A subtle undertone of annoyance permeated the woman's voice. Truth or lie? Let's lie. Yes, this is Mr. Takeshi. My apologies for the delay. Acceptable. Ensure you recall our prior agreement that I will return your recall post-review of your curriculum vitae. Commendations are in order. Superiors found your qualifications favorable. Hence, an interview must be arranged for you. Clearly, this Mr. Takeshi possesses noteworthy skills. Fortuity graces me, bestowing such a fortunate instance in time and space. Oh, thank you very much. That was the sole utterance I could muster as a reply. Kindly present yourself at our office, detailing the following address today. 111 Tsukishi Shuoku, Tokyo. A personal discussion regarding sales specialist role awaits you. Farewell, Mr. Takeshi. Yes, goodbye. Remarkably, I've accomplished it. A first interview following a lengthy barren for a few months. My apologies linger, Mr. Takeshi. Albeit for unknown reasons you did not answer your call. Fortuitous luck, it appears, all significance in the job-seeking voyage. The only remaining hurdle is to navigate through a successful interview, provided they do not expel me upon uncovering my falsehood. Sometime later. Bored in the subway, my mind swirling in the vortex of the imminent interview. An oppressive fear burgeoned within. Fear of unmet expectations, fear of error, fear of initial perceptions, fear of refusal, fear of rivals, fear of the unfamiliar, and paramountly fear of the future. What does the future reserve for me? Merely slumbering once at my former employment has thrust me into nearly a year's endeavor of job hunting. Anxiety and fear have manifested as persistent shadows ever present in my journey. Did you catch the latest? That doofus isn't waiting the white flag yet. My despairing contemplations of job-seeking stark reality were interrupted by casual dialogue of two women. He tossed his resume back in the ring. No way, he seriously thinks they will give him a shot? What's this? Is Six swing at it? It seems they discourse about another individual, similarly mirrored in futile job-seeking. Their discussion exacerbates my own apprehensions. Here's the kicker, he smacked it down every time with just a one-word no. And oh, keep a straight face each time, it's a workout. What do you say we place bets on when this loser throws his hat in again? Does he get that with his track record he's not scrubbing floors there? With her rhetorical question, she succumbs to laughter. Her companion joins in, equally derisive in mirth. A bewildering unease envelops me. Overhearing such dialogue is far from the mental preparation I sought prior to my impending interview. Self-doubt accelerates my heartbeat. Panic looms menacingly close. My surroundings begin to oscillate before my eyes. Desperation for stability, something steadfast, consumes me. Even a moment's surrender will see me crumple on the subway floor. Composure is imperative. A surge of nerves compels me to retrieve my resume. I scrutinize it, weighing my prospect anew. Attempting to conjure positive thoughts, my mind is infiltrated by even graver considerations than before. Is my current opportunity generally merited? It's mere luck, isn't it? Is this job truly necessary for me? Should I withdraw before potential faltering? Is further experience necessary? Is previous rejection rooted in this? Am I deserving of employment? Am I adept for a role as sales specialist? Questions merciless bore into my mind, yearning for answers. Answers I just required to all these queries. Lie? Indeed. I am primed for new employment, undoubtedly prepared to face any forthcoming hurdle. After all, my search for a position has spanned nearly an entire year. Surely a duration ample enough to secure a role within any organization. The key lies in merely procuring an interview, thereafter retaining the position will surely be less formidable. I possess the capability. I have the mettle. They cannot reject me now, especially having extended an invitation for an interview, can they? I shall attain what I desire, through whatever means necessary. The train has arrived. Lost in reflection of whether my skills were sufficient, I scarcely noticed my arrival at the designated spot. There I was, dwarfed by the towering, multi-tiered office structure. It cast a modest shadow over its untwinked adjacent building. The vast glass panes caught the sun's rays shimmering warmly. Could it be that I might find my place within these walls? Joining a large corporation has long been a dream of mine. I pondered what experience lay behind these formidable facades. Memories of the past began to sketch out visions of my potential workdays. Within the pulse of daily commerce thrummed unseen. Someone surely was ringing over a fresh pot of coffee, exchanging words of the mundane. Others might be queuing for their turn at the communal printer, a bottleneck in their efficient day. And perhaps one or two sought refuge in the bathroom cubicle, stealing moments of respite. Such triviality once wove the fabric of my own days. Now, amidst the job hunt stretching nearly a year, a sense of duality plagued me. Had I truly lived before this interlude, or had I diminished to a mere spectre of a former vitality? Eagerly, I anticipated stepping inside to a soak in ambience, if only for a moment. Observing the edifice, I am steeling myself for the forthcoming challenge. A tall girl's approach caught the corner of my eye. Hello, you must be Mr. Takeshi, I presume. I guess this is the representative of from Kaneo Industry. It's critical now to maintain the facade I've crafted. Yes, I am Mr. Takeshi. Okay. Her gaze pierced me with a glint of skepticism. Anxiety surged within me, fearful of my rose crumbling to dust. Mr. Takeshi. Yes? A shiver of foreboding coursed through me. I trust you found our location without trouble? Relief floods in, deflating the tension. Absolutely, no issues at all. I appreciate your... She cuts off my gratitude mid-sentence. You're not really Mr. Takeshi, aren't you? Are you? The cheek is up. This is the end of the line. You have seen through me. What now? The situation remains as it is. Your actual name? But I misled you. Our firm values drive and ambition. Additionally, Mr. Takeshi has been unreachable. Hence, we are willing to consider you for the position. You are? Ashima. Kenji Aishima. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Aishima. Follow me, please. My mind reels from the turn of events. Here I stand, having seen my way through the doors, placing Mr. Takeshi, yet opportunity still knocks. Has my string of luck not yet frayed to its end? So be it. I'll ride this wave as far as it will carry me. Employment is the prize, and I must seize it before anyone else, Takeshi included. As I shadowed Mr. Takemitsu, a sense of unease crept in. Abruptly, it dawned on me that our destination wasn't the towering structure I had envisioned. Rather, Mr. Takemitsu was guiding me towards its neighbor, a dated, robust, 8-story edifice. But why? Where was this dream of sleek, contemporary workspace? Miss Takemitsu, shouldn't we be heading to the other building? No. Her response was brief and somewhat sharp. Should you succeed in the dream, this will be your place of work. My heart sank with disillusionment. The fantasy of a chic new office had been fleeting. Nevertheless, I braced myself to reconcile with this stark reality. As we stepped into the elevator, the ascent to the upper echelons of the building began. Destination, the dream suite high above, where my future hung in the balance. With each floor plaza, my heartbeat quickened a crescendo of nerves. The confined space, the sterile glow of the elevator lights only fueled my growing dread. Retreat seemed more appealing with each passing moment. The sluggish climb skyward did little to calm my frayed nerves. Miss Takemitsu, is it always this slow going up? The elevators are outdated, patience is required. Oh, I see, thank you. Her assurance offered no solace. The ticking clock became my adversary, each tick a loud echo of time slipping away. Mr. Aishima, on our way up, might you share a bit about your life outside of work? About my personal life? Well, there's not much to tell really. I moved away from where I grew up and kinda lost touch with my parents. And work, well, it used to take up most of my time. Never really got around to the old marriage and kids thing. I guess I always thought my career should come first and the rest will sort itself out eventually. I see. Her reaction was non-committal, inscrutable. Had she opened for a different portrait of my life? A fabrication involving a family, perhaps? And what of leisure activities? Is she probing for a workaholic's confession, or genuinely intrigued by my life outside the office? Hobbies, huh? Well, to be honest, I haven't had much time for hobbies. Work was pretty much it, improving my skills and staying on top of things, you know. Is that generally me? Lately, my pastimes have faded into the grey, the job hunt blurring days into continuous loop. Have I been adrift in this limbo since the day I lost my job? Intriguing, thank you. Miss Takemitsu's facade was a fortress. Her emotions veiled. One could but speculate on her true thoughts, but our exchange has its intended effect. The dialogue outpaced the journey, and before I knew it, we arrived. This way, please, we have arrived. Time for the interview. I stepped into the nondescript office. It filled me with a cold comfort. It was like every other room, a copy of countless others that punctuate the corporate world. Mr. Takemitsu positioned herself behind the desk with an air of detachment. Please take a seat. Sure, thanks. The pivotal moment had come. The dry spell in my career had lengthy. This interview was a long-awaited break in the clouds. I couldn't afford to stumble now, the stakes were high. Questions loomed on the horizon of my mind. What could she ask? What should I say? Doubts about my qualifications nipped at me. Was I enough? A temptation to embroider my past tugged at me. But what if truth was the better gamble? Time dragged its feet, each second bloated and heavy. I play out potential scenarios, Mrs. Takemitsu's reaction shifting like quicksilver in my head, not quite settling right. My thoughts, usually my sanctuary, became a tempest, forecasting doom, painting me in the dreary light of future rejections. It was as if I had fast forwarded to a future where I perpetually searched for work, a self-inflicted purgatory. But as anxiety threatened to overtake me, I pulled the brakes on the runaway train of my thoughts. Reality calling back, Ms. Takemitsu was right there, the present a stark stage waiting for my performance. Mr. Aishima, your presence here today for the sales specialist role is much appreciated. Shall we commence with questions? Preparedness eluded me. Sure, I'm ready. Excellent. My first question, where do you envision yourself in a century's time? A curveball question? In 100 years, the realm of impossibility, right? It was a given, an end to all, death as certain for me as for all. Perplexed, I wondered at her aim. Perhaps this was a test of creative thinking? I tried to play along, a dash of humor might just do the trick. Guess I'll be the most seasoned expert around, but by quite a few decades. Very well. Itomi's expression remained unreadable. Now, may I inquire why you parted ways with your last employer? Truth. Honesty is the only path, even if it's through my own failings. Acknowledging where I went wrong is the first step to moving forward, isn't it? The job was tough, no two ways about it. Work until the wee hours, lots of nights, wasn't just me though, a lot of us did. Then one time I just conquered out right there at my desk. No clue how it happened, 1 minute I'm working, next I'm being shown the door. It all went down so quickly. The memory of being let go, it's all a blur honestly. Okay. Your employment guide is not worth it. Please explain its length. How do I appear in her eyes, I wonder. Perhaps it's time to cast a little value on my sabbatical? Well, you see, I was in quite a predicament with surplus of options. Decided to hold off on jumping to the next role right away. Thought I'll take a breather, recharge and focus on personal growth. That little break, well, it stretched out longer than expected. Stumbled upon this opportunity somewhat serendipitously. And I figured, hey, why not give this a shot? I hope that didn't come off too strong. Seems like a reasonable enough explanation, doesn't it? Success in this interview will lead you to the position of sales specialist. Can you tell me any experience in sales? I'm gonna say truth. Now's the moment to sift through my memories for anything relevant. A buddy of mine owns this quaint little shop that deals in fresh products and brews. There was a time I had to step in for him just temporarily. Clearly I'm not seasoned in sales, but that's not to say I can't pick it up. I'm quite keen on embracing new experience. It's not uncommon for firms to look for fresh slates, people they can shape for their ways. Could I be the blank canvas they are looking to paint upon? What sort of critical decisions were demanded of you in your previous positions? Could you detail the most strenuous challenge you've encountered professionally? Truth be told, I skirted through such trials, yet I've witnessed peers in the throes of such predicaments. Perhaps it's my turn to don their mantle in Intel at last. I've been tasked with some oversight responsibilities on occasion, specifically handling various administrative problems. This also meant the unfortunate duty of letting employees go. There was an instance where it fell upon me to release 100 individuals. The act of looking into their eyes, understanding their plight, it was beyond daunting. That was undeniable the most burdensome decision I ever had to execute. Indeed, the gravest challenge of my career thus far. Irony cuts deep, for it's always been me awaiting the dreaded news, not dispensing it. Very well. It's common for unexpected developments to disrupt our schedules. Such instances may necessitate an employee's press beyond regular hours. Your stance over time. The undercurrents of our question are clear, yet I must tread carefully with truth as my compass. May I speak candidly, Mr. Takemitsu? The prospect of persistence over time is somewhat troubling to me. I understand that extraordinary circumstances require extra efforts to meet objectives, yet habitual overtime might suggest deeper systematic issues within the organization. Moreover, adequate rest can be a crucible for innovation and maintain a sharp focus on work. Thus, my preference leans towards a balance steering clear of chronic overtime where feasible. Such honesty may not align with our expectations. Nevertheless, I stand my conviction, voicing my sincere stance on this delicate matter. We have noted your perspective. There are individuals who, due to insufficient income, opt to take on multiple jobs simultaneously. Your views on juggling multiple employment roles. Truth. This inquiry strikes a sharp, piercing the veil of prevalent concern. Indeed, Mr. Takemitsu is delving deep, exposing the core of a modern dilemma. Balancing several parts concurrent was a taxing experience for me. I understand the rationale. Financial needs drive people to stretch their limits. Yet, I harbor concerns about the toll that dual employment exacts on an individual's time and vitality. Such strain can diminish focus and degrade life quality, ultimately impact oneself adversely. I know better to understand this than someone in my shoes. In an ideal world, one will commit to a single path and cultivate depth within it. Alas, this is an unwilling and finite master, with but 24 hours to spend daily. Understood. Here's my final query. Your earnings in sales may be close tied to your bonus acquisition. What lengths would you go to ensure you receive it? What lengths? I'm gonna say true in this one. The prospect of a bonus is certainly appealing. Yet the notion of succumbing to corporate pressure is far less enticing. My commitment is to achieve the objective within the allotted work schedule, but not at the expense of my personal well-being or time. I am to maintain a sustainable pace that supports both the company's goals and my team's needs. I've previously stretched myself too thin, and what was the yield? Now it's necessary to prioritize a more balanced approach. I believe in my ability to navigate challenge, but with deliberation. Progress, measure, and steady is the key. We have concluded our discussion. That completes our assessments for the sales specialist role. I have no further inquiries. May I ask about the next steps? I will now proceed to communicate the outcome. So swiftly? Indeed, the dialogue provides sufficient insight to determine your fit for our team. My main race is to fabricate the right narrative. The job was crucial and I bend my story slightly if needed, just a slight embellishment. Did Mrs. Takemitsu notice the finesse? Did I convey the depth of my need convincingly? Because the need was dire. I gave it my all. Let's recapitulate. You were summoned unexpected to this interview and you have navigated the surprise admirably. Promising start? I trust you found your response satisfactory. However, wasn't it sufficient? Your performance isn't quite what we anticipate from a prospect for the sales specialist role. Oh shit. We seek someone dependable yet capable of thinking outside the mundane when the situation calls for it. Wait. We are in pursuit of someone with experience yet unmarred by conventional approach for the unique challenge we present. This isn't happening. With all honesty, yet we also require someone who can navigate complex with finesse. This can't be happening. Do you comprehend, Miss Aishima? The floor turned to quicksand beneath me. Her words were like a cascade, unbelievable as they hit me. I really tried. Here's my first interview after so long, and is this an immediate dismissal? But for what reason? What did she mean by those oxymoronic requirements? Who are they looking for? Where did I falter? Why does this always happen to me? Will there be another chance? Is this the end? I felt a swoon coming on, utterly staggered by her verdict. I thought I was braced for rejection. But in truth, I hadn't entertained the thought. I was simply in the right place, right moment. A random choice brought me here. Was the decision predetermined? Certainly not. Miss Ashima, this concludes our encounter. Please no. Your time and effort today are appreciated. Please, not those words. Spare me the dreaded cliché. We'll call you back. And there it was. Meant to be words of hope. Yet they snatched it away instead. I knew that the call wouldn't come. So is that a way to get the job, is it? So this is the other things that they have, like free bonus soundtrack that you can already get, and then they have this one digital manga that's to come. But then there's other things like other that they need to meet, like I think it's people playing the game or something like that. They have other stuff if you go to the Steam page, they have their like objectives, and they can make some stuff. They say they are doing a PDF, but for like it was like they couldn't meet, like they couldn't deliver in time, so it is probably to show what are the right choice. Could be that. So the manga, we are introduced to Kumiyama, the future heroine of Karoshi Club, and Barney, the head of sales of the Barney Canal Industry Corporation. Huh. So how the hell do you go for the main menu? I'm gonna see if by waiting, how you need to press skip. So let me see now. We can click skip. Because now we can skip a lot of stuff. But if I say immediately that I'm not the person, do they call for the interview? Or it's like, okay, you do not need to come? So what else? Escape will reset your progress and end the game, but it can help you skip the job interview. Wait, but that's reset. You don't want to reset. Wait, day 4000. That's different, right? That's a different day. It's not the same. No, but it's still the same. Yeah, it's still the same, but it's a different day. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, it's still the same, okay. So let me see here what happens if I say the truth. Time was evaporated, this was imperative. Truth. I apologize, that seems to be a mistake. Mr. Kashi isn't present. My name is Ashima Kenchi. A palpable silence ensued, followed by my declaration. A brief interlude hung in the air before the woman responded. Peculiar indeed. Are you certain Mr. Kashi is unavailable? I am, yes. Truth, I'm the only one here. I can feel the slip of what might be the loan opportunity for my employment through my fingers. But to fabricate a lie seems amiss. May fortune favor Mr. Takeshi wherever you may be. Well, farewell then. Out! A query for you, Mr. Ashima. Is employment something you currently seek? Can it be? Is she genuinely considering offering me employment? Given that Mr. Takeshi failed to provide a response today, I might propose that you attempt an interview for the sales specialist role. Does such a proposal pique your interest? Are you kidding? Of course it does. This is the stuff of dreams. I must maintain composure and marshal my thoughts. Yes, my interest is indeed captivated. Then proceed to our office, okay. I acknowledge, I extend my gratitude. Farewell. The woman concluded the call. An invitation to interview for employment at last rests in my possession. It teeters on the unbelievable. It appears that honesty bore the reaper's fruit after all. Okay, so this must be the same. Unfortunately, you cannot skip. Like it say, you can skip the thing, but it resets. So let me only click over here because now the point is going to the interview and try to pass it, but I don't know what is the right thing. Like I try to mix like some lies with some truth, but I don't know what could be the right ones to get. Do they want someone that works extra hours, something like that? Is it? Is that an else over here? I'm desperately required to all these careers. I'm uncertain if I embody the right interview for the position. I harbor doubts about success and navigate through the interview. My competence remain under a cloud of ambiguity. The sole clarity lies in the understanding that without an attempt, success eludes me. Indeed, doubts may cloud my vision, but until an interview is secured, these worries. They stand as mere apparitions. My mind spins tales of anxiety, envisioning encountering problems. However, contending with the non-existent is a futile endeavor. Initially, I must secure an interview, and if I fail it, only then does the problem materialize in reality. And in reality, it can be navigated through negotiation. Alright. Now we arrive. Because like it looks like they want someone that works several hours, like they try to get that, how it was the last question, like try to get the bonus. Like something like that. It's nice. It wasn't only to get the bonus, it was something else. Like to work several hours to get the bonus or something like that. You seem preoccupied. Is that an issue? Oh no, I just lost in thought for a moment. If you'll please come this way, you can pursue your discussion inside. Of course, thank you. So now, like, I thought it was another building, but it wasn't. No. Her response was brief and somewhat sharp. Okay, elevator. Is this always slow going up? The elevator is right there, which is required. Okay. I think there's a choice in here. Might you share a bit about your life outside of work? Leisure activities. No, there wasn't. I really thought there was an option in here. Alright. Should I lie in every question? Where do you envision yourself in a century's time? this is himself that does. Now I may inquire why you parted ways with your last employer. Alright, let's lie in this one. Truth was precarious ledge best to construct a narrative that absolved me. Let it be in the external circumstance of control and unforeseeable. The thing is, Kobe funds dried up and it just folded. I really enjoyed my time there. I actually made some great mates and had a boss who was pretty decent. But you know, all things come to a close eventually. I like to think everyone landed on their feet, found new gigs, and the higher up shop they settled any debts they had. For me it was just the right push to explore something different. Fingers crossed she takes that well. I shift the spotlight away from many faults of mine. I highlighted the positives about past colleagues and the company. Maybe this shows I'm a team player, someone who speaks positively of others. Okay. Your input gap is not worth explaining it. Now here is the problem. Should I lie about this or should I be truth? No, I think I'm gonna lie. The other time I lied too, so... gonna lie in this one. Can you tell me? Okay, in here I still lie too. Time to think on my feet. Fingers crossed she's not a gamer. Well, it's not traditional stage, but I contribute to a project that has some impressive numbers. I had this concept, a courier sim in a post-apocalyptic set. It was offbeat, but it caught on. Sales exceeded expectation. There was a bit of a buzz. Some people even call me a genius. Ha, this is a gamble. Hopefully I'll catch your attention. What sort of critical decisions were demanded of you in your previous positions? Could you detail the most strenuous challenge you've encountered professionally? It's just lie, right? To repeat all I've skirted such trials. Perhaps it's my turn to don their mantle in a tale at least. I've been tasked with oversight exposure on occasion, specifically handling various administrative problems. This also meant the unfortunate duty of letting employees go. Alright, this is the same thing that I did the other time. It's common for unexpected losses of those schedules. Such instance, prevent hours. In this way, I think it is last three I did truth, so let's lie. Request is a hook, waited for a specific answer. My perspective is to always consider the organization's needs. The nature of existing chaotic makes it difficult to adhere to even most basic timelines. This is amplified within a business context. I am prepared to allocate additional personal hours to ensure the company's smooth operation. Honestly, work and my private times are synonymous. Considering the absence of any significant personal engagement, my assertion was surprisingly forthright. We have noted your perspective. There are individuals that take multiple jobs. Your views on juggling multiple employment roles. Like, this one is hard to understand. Is it in the same company? Like, you work as sales and work on another one? Is what they are telling? Perhaps a tougher embodiment is called for. This scenario is not unfamiliar to me. There was a period when I simultaneously contributed to 3 different organizations. No, like to work on different organizations. What the fuck? To some, this might sound overwhelming. Nonetheless, I succeeded in augmenting the productivity of each. Immersed in a continuous state of flow, I tackle a challenge with relative ease. In my opinion, as long as it's within legal bounds and doesn't violate any existing employment agreements, such an arrangement can be beneficial rather than detrimental. My response casts a favorable light on my capacity for adaptability and hard work. Understood. So this is the one. What length will you go to ensure you receive it? Just lie. An inquiry laced with implications. To what length, indeed? It's mere competence no longer the benchmark. I'm committed to exerting unnecessary efforts. It's less about the financial incentive and more about contributing to the company's success and my own growth as a professional. I welcome the challenge that the company's such goals, be it improving process, meeting sales targets, or any other objective set before me. Any other objectives? Her phrasing cloaks a deeper meaning, one that eludes my grasp. I have no further inquiries. Indeed, the dialogue provides a fit for our team. I was ready to cross any line, to weave a web of lies if that's what it took, to don't play if it will serve my purpose. At times desperation is such that bargains with one's conscience are off the table. It's as if you silence it. You convince yourself it's absent and do what's necessary to cure your desires. Whether my tactics bore fruit, only time will tell. I imagine being thrust into interviews, so someone was quite shocked. Fortuitous for you to have been here, Mr. Takeshi is dead. It's a matter of perspective. Perhaps it was Mr. Takeshi's misfortune that became my serendipity. Either way, I stood to gain. However, oh god, am I prepared for a verdict? You performed admirably. We find your profile to be quite satisfactory. So I'm pleased to inform you have secured the role of sales specialist at the Kaneo industry. Did I succeed? Her words lifted the weight off my shoulders. I felt an urge to leap with joy, to dance. It seemed unreal. Finally, the grueling quest for employment has concluded. Could I dare to feel hopeful once more? I closed my eyes to savor the triumph, and that's when Mr. Takemitsu spoke again. You are incredibly fortunate to join us, for we offer the finest conditions. We never demand overtime. Quite opposite, we advocate for punctual departure and ample rest. Huh? Blinking open my eyes, something in Mr. Takemitsu's appearance seemed amiss. Was this reality or merely my mind playing tricks? Meanwhile, she went on, what the fuck? We provide regular bonus and a variety of additional benefits. The company takes great care of our employees' well-being. Something was definitely off. With every word, her form altered further. But what stood before me moments ago, as Miss Takemitsu continued. Okay. You won't regret joining our ranks. You'll find this place to be second home, with no desire to depart. What in the world? A grotesque creature loomed before me. This wasn't Mr. Takemitsu? Had my cherished dream morphed into a nightmare? A scream erupted from within as horror engulfed my sense. A monster! There is a monster here! Calm down, Mr. Aishima. Look at yourself. Are you talking about yourself? What did she imply? In a flurry, I glanced at my hands. They were swelling, stretching the fabric of my sleeves. An odd tingling on my forehead compelled me to touch it. What was it? These bumps, 2 of them. No, they are horns. I was metamorphosing into a creature from a horror flick. What triggered this? Is this permanent? What on earth is happening? This isn't how this interview was meant to conclude. Have I lost my mind? Is this an inescapable nightmare? Did I never actually wake up? Thoughts raced chaotically, threatening to shatter my mind in their frenzy to escape. I could no longer fend off the encroaching madness and let out a cry. Ah! Mr. Ashima! Mr. Ashima! Are you alright? What? My breaths were heavy, my chest heaved in search of air. Mr. Takemitsu sat before me, utterly ordinary. You seemed distant after I announced your successful interview. So it was all figment of my imagination? Was the fear of failure that profound? I'll notify the head of sales, he's expecting you in the office. Please commit the team. It's early for your first day, yet the perfect time for introductions. The eerie vision of Mr. Takemitsu as a explosive creature lingered in my mind. Thank God this was just a dream. Understood, thank you. Mr. Takemitsu directed me to the office. Stepping inside, I breathed a sigh of relief. I had made it. Turning to my new colleagues, I say, "Hi, I'm Kenji." So, were they monsters too? Like, I don't understand why it's monsters. I don't understand, like, I thought like it would be because of lying, and that's why he sees monsters, but he goes to there and to meet the team, and is it monsters too? But basically, like, to get the job you need to lie. I wonder if you say the truth, like the truth will get you, like, not get. But let me see, by saying only truth. I think it will, like, say I'm not fit for the job. But it's a matter of seeing. Everything will be true. Uh, Day 2000. I wonder why it changed the day. I wonder if by being a different day, if you say different stuff, if it will result into a different ending. I wonder. But I'm gonna say only truth. This same thing, this doesn't change the words. If there if there was a way to skip, you know, like when it reached to the choice you need that you need to choose, truth or lie. But no, like for what I understood, it's like if you press escape or ask, it will like reset your progress and skip the interview. So I don't want to do that. So. Everything will be truth. Truth for the curriculum. Like at least like it's not different endings because it's always that thing that this is like monster. Like at the end it's like him transforming into a monster and the woman too. But one is like you don't get the job. The other one was you get the job and you go meet the team and it ends in there. So it's always a little bit different. I wonder is the building if she's a monster or not. I wonder why the hell is these monsters. Is it because of the fear of reject? Is it? Could it be that because of that this is like him as a monster, the others as monsters? Alright, elevator. We are getting there. Only truths. Truth. Wait, is sand already as a knife? My last position was in industry that's well not exactly booming. It was part of a small team making video games, the niche within a niche. I hit the job market aiming to stick with gaming, but it's been a tough sell lately. So I've widened my search, you know, I'm up for new challenges, willing to learn. Just looking for a place where I can dedicate myself, really dive in. Also, I was all about the gaming life. Now I just want to work, to be part of something. Success in this interview will lead you to sales position. We're gonna say truth again. A bit of mine owns this. Okay, this is one I already made. It's the choice. Could you tell the most stretched challenge you have encountered? Let's say truth. Crafting worlds within the digital realm is a feat of Sisyphean proportions. Indeed, the quandaries I prayed might appear trivial to the uninitiated bystander. With incidents to solve, I mustered the courage to speak. My tenure in the realm of game creation was fraught with trials. A tug of war ensued between the vision of our financier and the heartbeat of our creative cadre. It was an arduous balancing act, attempting to serve two masters and fulfill a duel of visions. Amidst these, the project form morphed repeatedly, each iteration bleaching our collective spirit. The most harrowing choice to quell my own creative spirit and align with the financier, all the while preserving the essence of our initial dream. Such a coalition was nothing short of a torment to my creative soul. Very well. So this one I already said two the other time. This one, the last three I say the truths. So, final query. So this is the bonus. Truth. The prospect of a bonus started appealing. Let's see what happens in the end. I always believe that honesty could curve. I always recognize the value of that. Yes, perhaps I'm not the quintessential candidate, but I'm reliable and earnest. Misashima, do you even grasp the gibberish you are spouting? The previous icy Miss Takemitsu tone had abruptly turned tinged with an unsettling fervor. Excuse me, what are you implying? I've been meticulously monitoring how you respond to my inquiries, and I must express my disappointment. It was a catastrophe. Tell me, how can one be so unbearably truthful? You didn't even 5 ounce, did you? And you genuinely believe that this honesty will aid you? What's going on here? I was completely baffled by the unfolding events. Mr. Takemitsu seemed to grit her teeth with every word she spoke, and if each sentence she formed was a laborious task, I thought it pained her physically to utter these statements. Mr. Takemitsu, is everything alright with you? Is everything alright with me? What do you think, huh? I was at loss for words. Decided to try a fresh tactic this time, did you, Kenshi? You know I detest all this. Why did I deserve this? Why must you treat me this way? To confess my confusion will be an understatement. Something drastic had happened to Miss Takemitsu. I wasn't even sure I was still dealing with Miss Takemitsu. It was as if she were possessed by some sort of monster. As the thought crossed my mind, I noticed her transformation wasn't just behavioral. Her visage was distorting, a new set of eyes began to emerge from her flesh. She resembled more a gelatinous abomination than a human being. This is your doing. Petrified, I witnessed the impossible become reality. Meanwhile, Miss Takemitsu, or whatever she had become, loomed closer. Thank you for coming, we'll be in touch. Congratulations, you passed the interview. You are hired. Her words dripped with irony as she stretched each syllable. Did you expect a different outcome, Kenji? Surely not this one. Her laughter was deafening and maniac. I was in shock by the unfolding nightmare. I needed to flee her office, yet my body refused to cooperate. The situation's sheer madness beyond comprehension. As my mind raced for an escape, I failed to notice her encroaching presence. She bore no resemblance to the woman I had met. Kenji! My name emerged from her, on-site symphony of human intonation, now a guttural snarl. Paralysis gripped me, action remained a distant concept. Could this be the conclusion of my tale? Oh, Kenji, you seem even more appetizing than usually. Like in there, like it looked like he was gonna get eaten by her. Basically, you couldn't say the truth because he's like, how the hell you can be so truthful? How the hell you don't even lie, one thing? But yeah, I don't know if there's a different ending than that, but it's like, it's cool, you know? It's like trying to get the job, like basically showing that if you are truthful, it's like it's hard to get the job, that when you go to a job interview you should lie to get the job. But it was nice for a free game. It's cool. So if you want to try out, if you like these type of games, you know, visual novels with choice, you can, you know, you can download the game. It's free on Steam, and you can play it. It's very short, like what, 20 something minutes that it took by reading the text. Of course, once you don't need to read, it's like pressing, you know. So. But yeah, it's free, you can get it for free and play it if you like this type of games. It was cool to see what will happen in the end. So, hope you guys enjoyed and see you guys next time. Bye.